I'm here. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you're here. And I was just sharing with my sister Sylvia, who's always in the background helping us out. You know, we were saying a quick prayer before we started this, knowing that the Spirit's perfect, right? Spirit is perfect. And if Spirit's perfect and we're one with it and you're one with it, then we're perfect too. Isn't that good news? I know there's a lot of us out there going, no, I'm not perfect. I can't be perfect. No. We're not talking about that kind of perfect. We're talking about the truth. We're not talking about the world of effects and the world of things and the humanness of it. That there's a part of us, there's a part of you, there's a part of me, there's a part of Sylvia, there's a part of each of us that is perfect. There's a perfection at the center of every cell of our body. There's a perfection at the center of every atom of our body, of every atom everywhere, this divine blueprint. This is it. Hey, Milor. Hey, Candace, rough. My sister Candace answered prayer for Candace. Dorota, hello. Cynthia, hello. Great. Hello from California. Hey, everybody. So today, what I want to talk about it. Okay, I'm going crazy today. All right, let's talk about it. What we want to talk about is guilt and shame and manifestation. It sounds like a Anton Chekhov novel, Guilt, Shame, and Manifestation. So I was thinking about this because I started to notice how I project out my unconscious guilt and shame on others. I was like, oh shit, I'm doing that. Wow. And it usually showed up for me as my opinion about somebody, right? Like what I thought about them or what I think about the situation, right? I want to preface this by saying I'm still working with this, but I don't believe that we need to be without opinion or judgment. Right? We have to have opinion and judgment in this world. We got to decide, like, should I walk in front of that moving train or not? Like, let's say good opinion, no, would be a good opinion on that one, right? We have to have opinions and judgments. We need to have discernment. We need to make choices in our lives. We want those choices to be informed by the Spirit. We want those choices to be informed by intuitive guidance and then not to be muddied by lower vibrational frequencies. Einstein said that intuition is a divine gift, and our analytical mind is a faithful servant. Intuition is a divine gift. Analytical mind is a faithful servant. And he said that we've created a world where we've put the servant in charge of the gift. We put the analytical mind in charge of the intuition. We need to reverse that and have the intuition guiding the analytical mind, right? So what happens when we're in our analytical mind is that I am typically an opinion and judgment. I'm typically making some assessment about something and judging it as to its value or not. Now that's a fine perspective in certain circumstances. However, if I can raise my gaze above my opinions and judgments, I begin to see a truth emerge about the situation, right? And once I clear up my own stuff, then I can have a conversation about what's going on, maybe what my opinions and judgments are about. Let me make that clear. Let me clean that up for you and give you a good example. So I have a good friend. I have a good friend, and this person is a dear friend of mine, beautiful, kind, compassionate, loving, funny, outgoing, generous, great person. Not so much on a spiritual path, right? So sometimes when we hang out, it's hard for me, like if we travel together or hang out together for extended periods of time, I find myself not following my own spiritual practice, right? So I want to say hi, first of all, Dorota, Candace, Benny, Belinda, thank you so much. Nancy Ross, hello. Thank you all. So I find myself not being as on top of my spiritual practice when we hang out together. And I started thinking to myself, well, that person is not really on a spiritual path. It's really hard as a meditator to hold the field of meditation when other person is not meditating in the group, and all this stuff, right? All this stuff that I started thinking about that had me judging my friend about their practice, about their the way they move through life, about my relationship with them, right? I was constantly judging. Thank you, Belinda. Thank you for the wonderful affirmations. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So here I am judging them. And I actually started to think maybe I shouldn't hang out with them. Maybe I need to separate myself from them, right? And it was coming from this energy of they're wrong, right? Fundamentally, they're not what I think I need to be. And therefore, it's their fault that I'm not keeping up my spiritual practice when we hang out together. So once I saw that, it's my own, I was projecting out on my friend my own guilt and shame for me not being in integrity with my own commitments that I made to myself about my spiritual practice. Had nothing to do with them. Now, that's one part of it. The next part then is now I can just have a conversation with them about how I want to hang out with them and the things that I want to do and what would be helpful for me if I was hanging out with them, how I could ask for their help maybe in helping me stay in integrity with my spiritual practice, right? That's a whole different energy to the conversation. So often I notice myself going into conversations like that with the underpinning of they're wrong, right? I've had all this conversation in my head about all the ways that they're wrong, all the reasons why it's not my responsibility that I'm not maintaining my spiritual practice. It's theirs, but it's insidious, right? I'm a pretty introspective person. I'm open to self-examination, right? I didn't see it. I didn't see how I was doing this, how insidious it is, how deeply ingrained it is in so many ways. So I noticed that typically whenever I have an opinion and a judgment about a situation or a person, as soon as I notice me in that judgment and opinion mode, it's a good chance, a good opportunity for me to reel it back a little bit and assess where am I projecting out my own shame and guilt here, right? Because when I am in that cycle of judgment and opinion and projecting out my own unconscious guilt and shame on another person, I'm limiting the possibilities. I'm cutting myself off from people, and I'm mired in this sort of radar-like scanning of the external environment to see what fits my opinion and what doesn't, right? Right? Now, what I want to do is I want to become a gyroscope. I don't want to be a radar. I want to be a gyroscope. So you know what a gyroscope is? A gyroscope is, it was designed for space travel and air travel, right? For airplanes. And it's like a compass inside these interlocking mechanisms, and it has an outside box, right? So it has this box on the outside, and there's this level on the inside, and the level is suspended by these interlocking circles. So whatever direction you turn that box, that middle part always stays level. It doesn't matter. It was meant for if you rotated a plane, right? Or you were in a spaceship, you needed to find a center. So the gyroscope maintains its center no matter what the external circumstances are. No matter how you turn that box, it's going to find balance. Instead of scanning like a radar for cues to belong, for cues of things that fit my opinion and don't, for things that fit my judgment and don't, for things that fit my picture or don't, right? I'm just yes, no, judge, no, yep, versus let me internalize, let me take from that external environment and find my balance, no matter what the external environment is. No matter what the external environment is. In this way, I'm lifting my gaze from my opinion and judgment about what fits my picture and what doesn't, which is completely limiting. It's completely limiting me. And it's limiting possibility and potential. So when I clean up my own side of the lane by seeing where my own unconscious guilt and shame is, typically initiated by opinion and judgment, or opinion and judgment is a great way to see that, then I might still have to have that conversation with my friend, but it's from a totally different energy. Now I'm talking about possibility. How can you help me? How can we work together? Here's what my intention is. I really want to maintain my spiritual practice and I want to have fun. I have a great time when I'm hanging out with you. So here are some of the things that I want to do. What do you think? Now I'm engaging them, enrolling them in that this is good stuff, right? At least it was good for me because I didn't have to get rid of my friend. And I saw some of the ways I was projecting my own crap onto them. It was ugly. Yes, Petra wants to be like a gyroscope. Carmelo, so excited to see you down here, brother. Yes, Belinda says, no matter what, no matter how you turn, you maintain center. And Sharon says, hi. Hi, Sharon. So great. Thank you all for listening. So that was the idea today, that once I clean that up, now I can talk about manifestation. Now I can talk about creation and creating a future and creating potential, because I'm raising my gaze from the lower vibrational frequencies of opinion and judgment, and I'm stepping into possibility and potential where manifestation rushes in, right? First, we have to accept. Acceptance is the key to manifestation. We must accept the possibility. We must accept that it's already been given. We must accept that we already have everything we need. So here, now we're moving into the talk about manifestation, from guilt and shame to manifestation. So here's the thing where we get caught up with manifestation sometimes. Just one aspect of it is when if I say right now all my needs are met, am I signaling to the universe that I don't need anything else? Because I need a lot more stuff. Right? That's the idea. But really, when we acknowledge that we have everything we need, thank you, this little light, I appreciate it. When we acknowledge that we have everything we need, we're actually signaling the universe that we are open and available to receive more abundance, right? More abundance, because there's a biblical phrase, to he who has, even more shall be given. To he who has not, even that shall be taken away. What the hell? That sounds like some messed up shit, right? Like, wait a minute. The guy who has, you're going to give more to? And the guy who doesn't have, you're going to take even what little bit he has, you're going to take it away? That don't sound right. Well, it's a metaphysical principle that is referring to the fact that when we have an awareness of abundance, we beget more abundance. What did Jesus do at the Sermon on the Mount? When he looked at the 5 fish and the 2 loaves, did he go, holy shit, we don't got enough food? No. He blessed it. He gave thanks for it, and it multiplied. He gave thanks for what he had. He was grateful for what he had, and it multiplied. This is a metaphysical lesson for us. So when we say, all my needs are met, I have everything I need, we're building a consciousness, a body of consciousness, a body of awareness of all things met, all needs met, all needs met. I have everything I need. I have everything I need. We're building that awareness, and you will get more of everything I need. This is the nature of the universe. It's a reflective universe. It's reflecting back to us exactly what we put in. So if I'm putting in, I need more stuff. I need more stuff. I need more money. I need more of this. I need a girlfriend. I need a boyfriend. I need a house. I need a this. I need Anita. I need a man to hug and kiss. No, I'm going crazy today. So I need something, right? The universe will give you more need. This is the premise of he who has, even more shall be given, and to he who has not, even that shall be taken away. So manifestation then becomes an acceptance of that we have enough. Manifestation becomes an acceptance that everything we need has already been given to us, and that it always has and always will be, that we always have everything we need, that everything always works out for me. That was Candace's and I affirmation. Everything always works out for me. Everything always works out for me. Start living in that mentality, once we clean up the guilt and shame and the opinion and judgment, then I can actually step into conversations about possibility. I can actually step into conversations about manifesting the true and good desires of my heart, because I'm not mired in the lower vibrational frequencies of fear, doubt, lack, worry, limitation, not enoughness, and all that stuff. Let's see. Belinda has a longer comment here. I was on a phone call yesterday, and this friend threw their projection project so much on me. I now go quiet and simply leave those conversations because the energy of projection was awful over nothing. I felt my higher self was rerouting. Okay, so Belinda, how do we become impervious to those things, right? How do we become impervious to the slings and arrows of those of people, right? Well, the first thing is, Sylvia, hey, thank you. Looking and sounding fabulous. Thank you, girl. I'll take that. So to answer Belinda's comment, how do we become impervious to those lower vibrational frequencies? Well, the first thing is we clean up our own stuff. And the irony is, the minute we start cleaning up our own stuff starts shifting out in the field. People react completely differently than what you would have thought. Completely differently. We didn't even, it's amazing. It's amazing. I was just having a conversation with a friend the other day saying, once they cleaned up their own stuff, they went to this other person, and what they thought was going to be a big issue wasn't. This is a friend of mine who was making a big purchase. He was making a big purchase, and he made the purchase without consulting his lover, his partner, for many years, because he felt that his partner wasn't going to agree with it, and he was going to do it on his own anyway, right? And then he did all this work here at Rythmia, cleaned up a bunch of stuff within him, purged out a lot of stuff, came to a clearing and awakening in the week that he was here. And when he went home and he told his partner about the big purchase that he'd made, his partner, the only thing his partner was upset about was he didn't well, I would have loved to be involved in this. I think it's such a great idea. I'm so excited, right? So it's amazing when we start focusing. You want to fix everybody else? Fix me here. I want to clean up the world, clean up myself here. And watch how stuff in the field begins to transform because of the inner work that we're doing. And then, because of that inner work, we bring our own atmosphere with us. When we show up, peace shows up. When we show up, joy shows up. When we show up, compassion shows up. When we show up, love shows up. When we show up, abundance shows up. And then whenever you're walking in the room, be like, oh, there's love, beauty, compassion, abundance. I'm so glad it showed up as you. All right. So thank you all for listening. I think that's it. This transmission is now terminating. Beep. I'm so grateful you guys showed up today. If you like this, so many beautiful comments, please share it. I'd love for you to share it. And I'm so excited that this is resonating with you, and it's resonating with me, because I'll tell you this, it's what I'm going through, right? I ain't preaching to you about anything that I am not going through myself, right? That's really it. I'm learning, and I'm so honored that I get to share what I'm learning with you. And I'm so honored that you want to hear it. And so I'm just so grateful for each one of you. Thank you so much for checking in today. I love you. God bless you. God keep you. God shine its face upon you and raise you to its countenance and bring you peace. My mother's favorite blessing from the book of Numbers, and so it is. All right. Peace and blessings.